Well, hello and welcome to ILoveGay today, sponsored by GayRealEstate.com. And we are here with a repeat guest, somebody that we haven't chatted with online for over 2 years. It's Greg Baird from Chicago. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I have enjoyed since our last, as the kids say, sesh together. But in our last session, I've enjoyed because I've stayed on top of. You've really been evolving lately. Where I mean, I remember before you were like on Twitter and LinkedIn, but I see you a lot now on TikTok as well.
I am. I've expanded a lot of things. So, I'm trying to be one of the cool kids, the millennials, and do the TikToks and do different things. And it's good for promotion for my lecture career, and then also my little side business I have, which is Gregor Seasoning. I sell food seasoning on the side that I do when I'm
Yes.
not busy with everything else. So
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen your cooking social media posts weave themselves into the rest. But no, what I love is that since then, not only are you on TikTok, but also you've really kind of built out and grown this brand, Gregor Speaks, and I've seen you. You're out there at market days. You're at Dunes Resort. A lot of things there, of course, in the Upper Midwest. But yeah, tell us a little bit about how that's been going.
Well, that evolved from my agency saying, we'd like to see you a little bit more on the internet, and more than you already are. And I love, like, if I was younger, I would probably go back and do film studies, film editing, and things, which I do a lot now because I've done some short films and things like that. So I put those skills to use. So it's like doing a little mini movie every week or every other week because I like the editing process and adding the music and playing the right music. So I started doing that kind of like a day in the life,
Yeah.
and it's worked out really good. I've gone to Michigan, which is I'm from, as you know, in the videos, but also some of my lecture things that I do and comments on stuff and just a variety of different things. And what I try to do is I've started doing this the last month. So every time I produce another little video, I find somebody that could introduce it, somebody in the LGBTQ plus community that will introduce it. And so my friend David did it the last time, who was an author of the Summerdale books. So it worked out really good.
I like the way they came out. I saw that actually, and I was watching, going. My first thought was, wait a second, has Greg like changed his appearance completely? That's not Greg.
Yeah, we look a little bit alike, I guess. Yeah, yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
But no, you've got a lot coming up because you've. I know one of your personal history passions is the history, and the LGBTQ History Month is coming up next month.
Absolutely. So, my summers are spent a little R&R time. Also, it's revamping a lot of lecture things and what is pertinent and a lot of people like. And so I'm talking a lot about allyship for LGBTQ plus History Month, and also intersectionality, which is really important to talk about, power and privilege and things like that. So kind of weave them in there. That's just basically one lecture cut. What I call in a world turned upside down, kind of like my speech. So, and then I do another one on community and anti-hate, anti-bullying. I show my short Pulse nightclub film that I did. So it's been busy, but yeah, October celebrates a lot of things and a lot of memorials. It's the 25-year memorial of the murder of Matthew Shepard and Coming Out Day, and so a lot of things that I incorporate within those lectures in a 50-minute hour speech.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to be busy, even though I'm sure that hopefully you've got some time slots folks can still book.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm really doing push on promotional right now, along with a couple of my agencies and things like that. So I'm sure you've seen some of those on LinkedIn, but TikTok and Instagram and all the other, So yeah, so really pushing that because my program is really strong and engaging, and I love hearing what people say, in the Q&A period and a lot of other things. So it's just great. I've been doing this for 30 years, so I'm really blessed and honored that I can still share that program after such a long time.
Yeah, I hear you. But you're off to Florida next week, right?
I in about a week from Monday, the
Okay.
18th. So yeah, I'm going to Orlando. I'm going to film a little bit outside the Pulse nightclub, see my dad and see my brother, and then I'm going to Key West, and it's the Out Louder weekend. So it's John and Brian who are Out Loud on YouTube, and they put together this weekend, and we've been waiting for this like 5-6 months now. So all of us do not know each other, or maybe a little bit. Some of us are YouTubers, some are not. I think there's about 28 folks that are going to be there, but we've done some happy hour Zoom kind of things. Our last one is Friday, and it's just going to be great. We're doing a lot of different events and taking in the area, and I've never ever been to Key West before, so
wow.
yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Well, I think it's important, especially now. It's not to gloss over that part. Florida is the at the center of a lot of attention right now when it comes to kind of like the culture wars and the battlefronts. And I was just there recently, and there's just these two directions. Some folks are saying, "Oh, we should boycott," and I kind of lean more towards the direction you're going right now, which is that we should show up, we should be there, and we should stand side by side with all of our LGBTQ brothers and sisters down there that they can't necessarily run away, and they're going to need our help.
That's a really good point, Matt, because we need to be there in solidarity. And I know there's a lot of places that are struggling because the LGBTQ plus community has not come down there, or even other folks, our allies. So it's really important that we do show up and support them and not kind of leave them in our dust, and continue to support those businesses and the resorts, because I know some of them are struggling. I'm hearing that Disney is having some trouble with the large crowds, and granted it's school time and everything, but we need to be there, and not only in Florida but other states as well. I think it's very important that we're there and we're positive attitude, and not letting the stressors of the news and other things get us all down. I think we watch the news a little bit too much, and important that we stay informed, but we got to be positive about our fellow mankind and do our part.
I agree. So no, I think it's great that you're going down there. I'm looking forward to checking out the content as you start publishing online.
Oh, you will. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of editing when I get back. So I'll probably do some small snippets, which I like shooting off on TikTok, which is the whole thing that you do, but also on YouTube and other people are going to be filming other things. So I'm sure everybody's, not all of us will be walking around with a camera, but most of us will, I'm sure.
I love it. Well, mostly I'm looking forward to being able to have you back. I think maybe we should do this on a regular basis because you've got so much going on. So
I love that, and so do you. I like watching and seeing what you have to do, and I appreciate that. It's always great speaking with you.
Thank you. So no, look forward to more and catching up with you hopefully in the real world sometime soon.
Absolutely, that'd be great. And
I'd like that.
I appreciate everybody watching today and you taking the time out of your busy schedule. And well, let's talk soon. And happy LGBTQ plus History Month coming up.
Exactly. Thanks again. Good seeing you.
Thanks, Matt.